Well, I believe that I am live in this moment. I want to thank all of you for joining me here at Cynthia and Maria tonight. I am still having issues with people seeing me. My camera is not on. That's disturbing. Let me see what I can do here. Let's see if I can go here. No, it says I don't have access. So I'm just going to do a little thing here and bring up my OBS and let's see what's going on because there should be an image. I just fixed my face, I brushed my hair. So, uh, got everything on and not no place to go with it. So bear with me. OBS is already okay. Here we go. Get out of that. Okay, so let's start streaming. Start streaming. Manage broadcast. All right. So, no, where it's not the creep. I'm not the creepy bag lady tonight. So I got to do this quick change. Bear with me. And we'll go to, let's see. Oh, what am I calling this show? Well, I put vote, vote, and vote. Okay. And so this is, okay. Um, this, okay. Let me redo that. This will be um, most likely the let me put that in all caps, the most important vote of your life coming up. Oops, in just a short few days. Okay, public entertainment, got it. No, not made for kids. Thank you. Thumbnail, don't have that. Yeah, well, we could do a thumbnail. Let's see. Let's select a file. And what do we have? Let's go to At Home with Cynthia and Maria. And let's open. Nope. That's not what I want. Let's go to pictures. No, let's go up to desktop. Okay, here we go. I'm a work in progress. I am working on it. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's still not it. Doggone it. All right. And let's go back to desktop and look and see what we can see here. That might be it right there. Let me see. I believe it is. Okay. So I'm going to go drop down here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's put us on there. Let's put that one on there. That looks good. Okay. Now, normal. Okay. Very good. Create and start streaming. And okay, creating new live broadcast. Got it. And I hope we're on. I hope you can see me. And thank you for coming to watch us here at Cynthia and Maria at home with Cynthia and Maria. So here's the deal. Maria is caught up in paperwork and doing paperwork for other clients. So welcome you. Let's um, hit like and what's the other ones? It's like and subscribe and share. Oh, yeah. Ring that bell. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Thank you. So let's see what else is happening. I believe that I'm supposed to be able to see if anyone's asking questions. Well, you don't have any questions to ask right now because I haven't talked about what we're doing yet. But first of all, I need to put this out there for. Okay, let me get to this. Maria wanted me to post something for her. And I will put that on the video. I will add it to the video. I will put this on my movie maker. And then when I'm done, and I will put it on at the end of the movie, at the beginning of the uh, podcast and at the end of the podcast. Okay. So I think this is a podcast. Okay. So we're going to get to it. November, I believe it's November 8th. Where's my calendar? When is voting? It's either I'm pretty sure it's November 8th. Let's take a look and see. And so, here's the deal. Don't ever be afraid to feel like, oh, wait a minute, I got to go look that up because it might slip my mind the exact day or time or person or place, right? So never feel out of place or embarrassed about that. Okay. Let's go and check it out. So, what day, oops, is voting voting day? What day is voting day in 2022? November 8th. So I was right. All right. So get out and vote. Vote, vote, vote. This is totally going to be the one of the most important votes of our lives as American citizens. There's so much going on. Please, please, please do your research. Open your eyes to what is happening across our country. I hear both sides, right? I hear both sides. I'm a person, I like a good conversation. You want to have a good conversation? Let's do it. If you're going to want to shut me down because you don't want to hear what I have to say, that's not a conversation. That's control. In America, we aren't controlled. We are a free country. Okay. And so that's why we have votes. That's why we vote. That's why there's Antifa, why there's Black Lives Matter, because we're a free country. And as far as the government's concerned, they can have their groups, right? So that's why there's the Proud Boys. That's why still there's the KKK. I don't know why in the hell they haven't gotten rid of them yet, because that's a straight up hate group. And that one should have been abolished. Oh my God. Uh, long, long, long time ago, over 100 years ago, that should have been abolished. And it should have been known that hate groups like the KKK are not allowed in America. America is not about hate. There's, we find that in many, most places where we take on work. There's always going to be that one or more people who we don't get along with. That's life. That's living life on life's terms. So if you don't like what I'm talking about, you don't like what I'm saying or how I'm saying it, you don't like the color of my glasses, you don't like my hair, I don't really care. You don't want to listen? Go watch something else. Go pick your nose. Go wipe your ass. I don't care. It's not about that. It's not about me. I know where I'm at in my life. Do you? If all you got better to do is to hate on people, to beat on people that you don't like or that look a certain way, and you're the person with issues. Okay? You're the person that has the problem, not me. And I'm good with that. So, getting back to the vote. Okay. So, let's look at the reality of things. There are people who and I don't want to talk about any part of government. I don't want to talk about the demon rats or the Republicans because they're all corrupt. As far as I'm concerned, I don't trust a single one of them. I know that DeSantis is good. I know that Trump is good. I know that And people disagree with that. It's all good. Disagree. That's what's great about being in America. We can agree to disagree. So think about that. Okay. People are worried. People are becoming more afraid. The price of groceries has gone up. Inflation is higher than it's been in more than 50 years, more than it was during the presidency of Jimmy Carter. And I was in high school during the time of his presidency. And I can tell you that I remember um, gas lines at the gas pumps to get gas because everybody it was it was being rationed. They went by license plate numbers. So if according to your license plate would determine what day you could go get gas in your car. All right. Now, I want to expand on that. I want to expand on automobiles. Gas cars versus electric cars. If they want to come up with something that everybody could afford at some point in time that makes more sense, then do the hybrid, electric and gas. That way, if there's not a plug-in when you're driving through Texas or when you're driving through parts of California or when you're driving from El Paso over the mountain into the Dakotas, um, Nevada, whatever, wherever. I don't have a map in front of me, but I'm not that ignorant. I know that California's there and Nevada's there and Arizona's there. And okay, so driving through the desert, I don't think there's going to be a lot of plugins. So you may want to, if you have a straight up electric car, great. I'm happy for you. Let's be very clear. Electric cars put more pollution, air pollution, than does a gas car. So be mindful of that. Do the research, look it up for yourself. Get off your dead ass and go look it up instead of sitting there cussing me out. Right? Okay, good deal. Be educated. Don't wait for someone else to tell you things. Go be educated. Pick up a dictionary. Pick up a newspaper. If you question what's being written in the newspaper, go talk to someone. Have a conversation. Be okay that you believe a different way than your friends do, that a stranger does. We've got to come back to this place where we are connected as Americans because really bad things are going to happen if we don't. And if you don't see that with your eyes and your mind and your heart and soul, then you're going to have some real issues. If all you got better to do is to sit back on your dead ass and piss and moan about what's not happening or what's happening or he said that and she said that and oh my god, uh, then go do something. Go do the research. Do a podcast. Cuss your brains out. I don't care. You know, talk your little heart out. It's all good. People are listening and you know people may not want to listen to what you have to say. It's okay. I can shut off the TV and go do something. It's okay for me to not want to listen to someone else. That's what being a free country is. That's what having freedom is all about. Is having the freedom to decide for yourself. It's not walking down the streets of New York or someplace in California or Texas or Portland, Oregon or Seattle, Washington or Washington D.C. We are going for a walk, going jogging. People shouldn't have to fear that. What's going to end up happening is people are going to start being prepared. And Antifa, uh, people that like to beat on other people, that, want to try and push your issues onto others, people are getting fed up and people will begin standing up for themselves. You may not remember in school, or you may not have been taught in school about the Civil War or even about the War of Independence. Go do your history, man, because you're missing out on a whole lot of stuff. Uh, we started off as a country how many hundreds of years ago? Over 200 now. So people back then were ignorant and they made bad choices. Everyone that lives in this country, that is a citizen of this country, that has gone to school in this country, knows of the ignorance of our past. Native Americans know of the horrors and the nightmares of their past. And so don't we all. Those of us who have been educated. I'm not going to go into the white supremacy. I'm not. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Let's see, who else can I put in there? Oh yeah, Mitch McConnell. Uh, uh, who else can we throw in there? Right. So those are your white supremacists. If you want to know something true about the Democratic Party, then go back in history. Go back to the time when the Declaration of Independence was being created for this country. All right. Go back to that. Go back and study that history and see who didn't want to end slavery. Go back to the 60s and the late 50s during the time of, or yeah, let's see, it would have been the late 50s into as far up as into the 60s, and continued quite a bit past then into the Vietnam War. There's always been this um, thing about black and white and Hispanic. You know, this country has been through a lot of change. We today in this time cannot change what happened hundreds of years ago. We can't change what happened yesterday. But we can change how we allow ourselves to be affected by what's going on. And if we allow ourselves to continue to be bullied, beaten, attacked without some recourse, yeah, that's going to change. And you won't know it when it happens because it'll just happen. That's how tired of it people are becoming. So hold on to that Second Amendment right. It is your God given right, and no one can take it away. All right. So let's move on beyond that. But please, please, please do your research, be educated. If you're not going to be educated, then don't talk about it. If you don't understand it, ask questions. So now we're going to move into something else about the vote. This vote that's coming up, it doesn't matter, whose side you're on. My other half talks about um, vote. If you don't know who to vote for, then vote for the one you know will get the job done. So, and even that is difficult to know for sure. But with as many of us that are beginning to stand up now, and I mean really stand up to become loud voices in this country. Uh, I did a video a while back and I talked about my admiration for parents who are standing up for the rights of their children and for their parental rights, their own parental rights, their right to raise their children as they will, the right to let their children know. My grandson, my youngest grandson, is only going to be 4 years old. And he says to me, he's got a cell phone, uh, and he calls me a lot, and that's okay. Sometimes grandma is not always available, but it's all good. But today he says to me, "You're a boy." I said, "No, I'm a girl." "No, you're a boy and I'm a girl." I said, "No, no, sweetie, I'm a girl and you're a boy. And why are you asking me that question? Be okay asking." He knows he's a boy. I know I'm a woman, and it's all good. Be what you want to be, who you want to be, whatever floats your boat, man. It belongs to you. It doesn't belong to me. How you choose to be in your life is to you. Okay. If you want to tell your friends or family or whatever, great. But keep it out of the schools. Have some respect for the child that asks those questions because they don't understand. It's very confusing. Children don't understand. And the older they are, the more cool they think it is. Wow, hey, I'm a guy, but I can go hang out in the girls' room. Yeah, and I'll be able to see a bunch of stuff just because I want to be a guy or just because I want to be a gal. That's really sick and wrong. Parents and teachers who allow their child to make life changing decisions before they understand what they're even doing, that is child abuse because you are stealing your child's right to decide for themselves later in life. If a child stays with, well, I feel like I'm a guy. Okay, when you're 18, go get a job, make sure you have good insurance, and if you want to go through all that body mutilation because you're not comfortable in the body that you're in, then go change it. But I can tell you right now, I don't know how many of you have seen the video, but there's a video going around from some child's hospital, and it's a child psychologist, and she's telling people in this ad that babies in the womb, before they're even born, know if they're gay or lesbian. They know if they want to be a boy or a girl. See, I think that's straight up bullshit. So that's not happening, right? We all know that that's just straight up bullshit. What's really happening is these individuals, school principals, school teachers, who and parents who decide who their who the children should be before they're even old enough to date and how they want to do their body Wow. You should really be ashamed of yourselves. That tells all of us that you are have tendencies of pedophilia. So you should probably check yourself on that and make sure that that's not who you want to be. Children are our lifeblood. They are our future. And I don't want to see my great grandchildren, which I have right now, growing up, going to schools where they're teaching these horrible, horrible things. I don't want my great grandchildren growing up and and having their parents allow them to get these horrible things done to their bodies. They're mutilating children because children want to do something that they don't understand. Have family discussions with your children. You know, if you're all right with them doing that, then talk to them and and get them to see that waiting is better, right? Waiting. Be okay with, as a child, be okay with how they feel inside. I was a tomboy. Oh my God, I'm so grateful that my parents, that this was not available when I was a kid, because I probably would have gone for it. And that's not who I am today. That's never who I was. I never wanted to be a boy. I wanted to be different so my dad would quit trying to have sex with me. But that's normal child behavior. When you have parents who are sexually abusing their children, that's what happens. They don't know any different until they're much older. They know something's not right. They know something's wrong. But if you don't have parents who are helping you to learn, then that's what happens. You carry their ugliness all of your life. Some take their own life during that time so they don't have to continue. Some literally change their appearance so that maybe the parent will leave them alone. But that never happens. And so you grow up in this world where you don't understand what's going on. And you're just, you got this pick me sign above your head because you're constantly looking and never finding. Give our children a chance. Stop teaching them how to hate. We had nothing to do with what happened. We can't change what happened. Do you understand that? We cannot change what has happened. We can only strive to make it better. And that's what we've been doing in this country for years. Bad things still happen, but we can change that. It's not good to believe in erasing our history. If you try to do that, then you're just going to have a bunch of ignorant people always wondering. Okay, so think about these things. Really think about them before you go vote. Because I can tell you, the majority of demon rats and the majority of Republicans don't give two shits about us. All of us. It's all about the money. All about the money. You look into that. Mitch McConnell, uh, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and what's that guy that's supposed to be some kind of a um, oh god, I can't ever remember his name because he's such a joke. He is the the environmental guru guy that gets flown in his jet airplane that spits out pollution through the skies every time he takes the plane, right? Every time he drives his gas powered car, he's putting out fumes. Okay. I'll have to, maybe his name will come to me through this podcast. And I don't know if I can uh I just don't know. I'm trying to see how I get people up here to answer questions, but it's a work in progress. Maria and I have been trying to figure this crap out for a long time, and eventually we'll get it all figured out. I promise. Okay, on to the next thing. And these are all my opinions, and so take it or leave it. Take what you want, leave the rest. Okay? It's it's how I feel, it's how I see what's happening in our country, and I am worried, worried right along with millions of others of American citizens. You get what I'm saying? American citizens, all right? Um so if you want to be in this country legally, you know, find out what you've got to do to be in this country legally. So many thousands of others have come to this country legally, and it takes a long time to achieve that goal. And you just take it away, just like that. Be educated when you come to this country. Don't come to live off the system. Let me remind you of something Nancy Pelosi said um, to the public on national TV. Go look it up. I'm sure they've got the video on YouTube. And go check out Nancy Pelosi saying something to the effect of, we need the immigrants to work in the farms. If we don't get the immigrants over here from Mexico, and she did you say Mexico, if we don't get them over here from Mexico, then who's going to work in the farms? Because no American is going to work in the farms. So who's going to work in the farms? So we need the Mexicans to come over so they can work in our farms. That's straight up racism right there. Do you understand? Do you understand where this comes from? I was watching a thing on the news the other night, and I don't know if how many of you know or remember Dan Rather, but Dan Rather was is a news person, and he was interviewing Morgan Freeman, the actor Morgan Freeman. If you don't know who Morgan Freeman is, look him up. Morgan Freeman is an African American. He is a black man. So Dan Rather is talking to him, and he asks Morgan Freeman, so what do you think about this racism? And Morgan looked at him and said, uh, wait a minute. Don't don't talk to me like that. Don't even bring that up. Why would you bring that up? Then Dan Rather says to him, so how do we get rid of it? How do we get rid of racism in this country? Morgan Freeman looks at Dan Rather and he says, here's how you do it. You stop calling me a black man, and I'll stop calling you a white man. Hi, Dan. I'm Morgan. And that's how it ends. I agree with him 100%. Absolutely. There are people, places, and things that need attention, that have needed attention in this country for more than 50 years, more than 100 years. So change takes time. And anyone will tell you that has gone through their own personal journey to be where they're at today, including Morgan Freeman, including Denzel Washington, including um, what's his name, Walker, um, who's running for Congress in Georgia, Herschel Walker. What a great guy. What a great guy Herschel is. And I am so glad. I was really excited to hear his debate with Warnock. Wow, that was really something. We need inspiration like that. We need inspiration from men like Morgan Freeman. Let's even take it back to Martin Luther King Jr. Wow. And why hasn't anybody ever asked? Why did Obama have the statue of Martin Luther King done in white marble? Martin Luther King was not a white man. Why would he do that? That's not a portrayal of who he was. Martin Luther King saw himself as a human being created in the eyes of God. In his eyes, in his mind, he was not black, he was not white. He was a human being seeking peace, tranquility in our country amongst men and women and children. That's what he was about. His dream, when he gave that speech, I had a dream. His dream was about humans coming together, red, yellow, black, white, coming together and living in this great nation of ours peacefully. But that didn't happen. And it's unfortunate. But we are growing forward. We've taken some serious steps backwards here in these last 2 years. Really, really get off your butts and go check it out. Now, there are some that would say, "Oh, I like what Biden did. I like that Biden shut down the the uh, um, the pipelines." You know, people will say, "I'm glad they spent all that money. I'm glad they spent and sent billions to Ukraine. I'm glad that they sent our weapons over to Ukraine." Right? There are really bad things happening here. 2 years ago, we were energy independent. Things were happening. People had jobs. Why do you got to look at things in a certain way. Remember when George Floyd was killed? And I live in Minnesota. I watched it on TV. I cringed. I felt like if I was there, I would have pulled that cop off of him. I wouldn't have cared if I got shot by his cop buddies. Just get him off of the guy. I don't care who he is. Get him off the guy. Why are you standing there taking videos with your damn camera? That is ignorance. There should be someone else back there taking videos with their damn cell phone so that you could go kick some ass. Oh my gosh, the age of technology. What the hell use is it? If all you're going to do is, that thing they showed on the news, I don't know if you saw it or not. Really depends on the news that you're watching. How many of you saw the news when that woman was uh, forced off of the bus? Public bus, public transportation is no longer safe. You know, if people had stood up and helped that woman and kicked those punks' ass, they would have learned a lesson. They would have learned that, oh wow, I guess people are getting tired of us doing that. I guess people are getting tired of us being assholes, little jerks, idiots in the streets. Wow, I think we better be careful because they might get really not nice to us. You got to look at what's happening here, people, and vote for whoever is going to make the best decisions for us. And right now, it is not the demon rats. And if the Republicans could get rid of Mitch McConnell and all the rest of the Republicans that are demon rats undercover, we might actually have something. If we can get rid of the FBI who believe themselves to be God, if we can get rid of the Department of Justice and flip all of that over, we need honesty in this country. We need honest law enforcement. We need honest judges, not judges who want to control your life. There's a judge up in upper state New York in a small town that believes himself to be just that, believes himself to be God. That if you don't do as he tells you in his courtroom, he will take your children from you. So, who do you believe anymore? It's really come down to that. Who do you believe anymore? This just isn't right. This is America. We fly the American flag. We sing the national anthem. We say the Pledge of Allegiance. Not to show off or to be a smart ass, but because that's how we support our country. That's how we let others know we are proud to be in America. If you're not proud to live in this country, if you're not excited because you're Antifa and you get to go beat the shit out of somebody and not go to jail, and on January 6th and get let out of jail, you know, there was a time when that shit didn't happen. There was a time when those Antifa members that beat the shit out of that one reporter that killed him and cops and people stood by and watched that happen. You think that's bad? What do you think is going to happen if China decides to go to war with the US and brings Russia with them and North Korea? What do you think is going to happen? You really think that they're going to leave it in their country? What? You think we got a good army? They're they're teaching pronouns and little kid videos. I mean, you go into the military to be a soldier, to be a dynamite, an explosive expert, to be a military police, to bottom line protect the citizens of this country, not to be treated a different way because of your gender. We need to grow beyond all of that. Get back to being okay with who you are. Respect who you are, and others will respect you. Not because you're gay or lesbian, not because you're a transgender, but because you have respect for yourself, because you believe in yourself. We have to stop this. We are not a third world country, but there are those who are in this country now that are turning it into that. And that does include our government at the highest level. So be warned, people. Be alert. Be awake. Be educated. And go vote on November 8th. Vote for the best one, not the one that you think is going to give you more money. So, well, I think that's all I'm going to do for tonight. Uh, Look and see what's, weigh it out. Take some time, listen to all the news stations. Don't just listen to CNN or MSNBC or NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox 9, right? Be your own person, a God given free American, and make up your own damn mind. Because that's who we are. I will put Maria's info at the end of this. Well, it's recording, so I'll put out the recording. So she is a. Let me look here now. Let me look here. I'll put that out quick. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so Maria is now has her certification for being a life coach. Health and life coach. So look her up at Healthy Choices Woman's Life Coach at gmail.com. I will put it right down there. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. Ding, 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 ding. And I will put it out. I'll put this on. I'll put this on our video at the end, and I'll put it somewhere in the middle. I think is a little short advertisement, just to keep you aware. Okay, and it's for women. Sorry, guys. This one's not for you, just for women. All right. So remember that. Don't give her any grief about it. Just because you're a man, you don't get her as your life coach. That's the way of it. Okay. So, um, I do men and women. So look me up. Let's see. Okay. So, how do I, you know, I'm working on my website. I'm a psychic medium and life coach. and now an ordained minister. I can marry people. Oh my God. So uh, let's stay in touch. Stay safe out there. God bless you and God bless America. I hope that you've enjoyed the show tonight. Maria should be back next week. Until then, good night. Good night, America. Okay, so I think we're done. I'm going to go down here. I think I need to end the stream. Hi, because it's still streaming. So, yeah, I've had nobody watching, so it's all good. At least that's what it shows. No likes yet for the live streaming, but hey, it is what it is. Um, we'll figure things out, and we'll take care of it. All right. All right. Let me see. I wonder if I could have clicked on that. Nope. I wonder if I could have clicked on that. Nope. I wonder if I could click on that. Let's see. Top chat. No. Nope. Nobody's chatting. All messages are invisible. Nope. Do I need participants? Nope. No participants. All right. So it's all good. I don't have hurt feelings because I know it's a work in progress. So good night, everyone. God bless.